Welcome back. All right, in this, I should say, month's video, because it's going to be, well, it's been a slow process of being able to work on this thing with my other jobs I'm doing on my for sale trucks when I buy and sell trucks. But in today's video, we are going to be swapping out the interior of the single cab. This truck is a fully loaded SLT, every option possible for the single cab. And someone in the past put cat skins leather replacements in this. They are really nice. I mean, they are a little dirty, but they clean up like brand new. And they were pretty much brand new when I bought the truck. But as you've seen in the previous video, I have full Longhorn interior for this truck, along with the center console. And on top of that, I'm gonna have to make a remote shifter for the shifter to push it back a little further to work in the center console. Yeah, so let's get to pulling the seats out and get the new ones in along with the center console. I got all the seats out and gave it a quick vacuum. I could probably spend an hour vacuuming every little hair out, but it'll be fine. It's good for how it is. So let's go get the Longhorn seats, give them a good cleaning and set them in to make sure that they fit. I don't see why they wouldn't. It's the same section as the front half of a four-door truck, which is what those Longhorn seats came out of, because they didn't make them for the single cab. So they should bolt right in. And also for the center console to fit, I have to remove the radio bezel to unbolt the two screws that hold this bottom tray in. Once that tray is out, I can bolt this back in. And I do have a different bezel for this truck that is made for the center console, so it has some extra plastic pieces that is connected to this. So for now, it's going to look weird. It's going to be missing some plastics, but it's only for right now until I get the wiring and the modules for my new radio that is going in the truck.
Like the cool blue light, 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 like the cool blue light.
Here we have the Longhorn interior. I just gave it a quick little wipe down and go ahead and get it placed inside the truck and see what we're working with. But by the looks of the brackets and whatnot, it looks like they're just gonna bolt right on in. Now, passenger side is now gonna be power because it was manual before. Driver's side's always been power on that truck. So I'm gonna have to do some wiring, more than likely, of a jump harness to go from driver's seat to the passenger seat to get power to it to be able to scoot the seat back and forth and recline. So let's get on to doing that. So, got the center console in. It actually connects fairly easy. There's a spot for this to slide right on in, and then it connects to the center console and to the dash itself. Only thing that is different is I only have one plug that fits. These two are now got no plugs, and then I also have this one as well. So I'm gonna have to do some research on that, make sure that these aren't anything too important. I know this is probably for the USB on the inside here, so I'm sure that there's a conversion harness out there to get all this plugged in correctly. So with just looking around, making sure I didn't miss any plugs, sure enough, I found the two plugs that they plug into right there. So once I remove this, I can reroute these back down to the original location, and they can rest in their resting place. So let's get this off and get those rerouted and go ahead and continue on getting this interior seats back in the truck and end this day and on to the next. And also, I do have the Longhorn dash like you've seen in the very first video, so I will have to remove the center console again in the future, probably in the next couple days when I do put the Longhorn dash into it. I just have to fix the blown airbag section on it before I go ahead and do that. But I just wanted to make sure this is all gonna fit and whatnot before I go and pull the dash out. So back onto that. I put the passenger seat in. I plugged in the original harness to the seat harness. Not even kidding. The power works on the passenger side. How cool is that? No extra wiring, no nothing. Literally unplugged the manual seat, plugged into the power seat, and it works. All the functions. That is amazing. Oh, I just took like a 2.5 hour break, went to the gym and came back. It's now dark, and I'm starting on the remote shifter relocation. So what I have got here is a Heim joint and some L brackets that were laying around. I'm gonna have to cut these down, and then I have this old steering bar that's already threaded, and this will be the new short shift until my stainless steel shift rod comes in the mail, and that will be coming through the boot, and that's what visually everyone will see. I will see once that gets here. Huge shout out to Kevin from Full Send Diesel on helping me somewhat figure out how I'm going to be doing this remote shifter. If it wasn't for him, I would be probably spending about $600 on a kit that some guy on Facebook makes, and this right here is saving me a lot of money doing it myself. And with his help and talking me through on the parts I need, I'm able to do this myself. And with having spare pipe and brackets and whatnot here at the shop, it's actually only costing me under $100 to make. So thank you again. So now I have that. I ended up using a little saw, air saw, to cut it out. So now I could place this in here. I'm actually gonna have to cut it now before I can even try putting this on. So let me go cut these off right over the bolt holes and try this again. So I cut it. It's 12 inches long for now. I will probably end up cutting half of it off and welding in the other rod. Now it is slightly off-centered, and that way when I do weld the stainless shift rod to this piece of metal, I'll be welding it about right here along the side. That way it is going to have some nice long beads and I won't have to worry about it breaking. So that is why I did it like that, and I want it centered in this square. But it is on there. It is bolted in 2 spots for now. So here's what we have, what I'm working with. So far I just have it clamped and drill the holes out in that little bracket to be able to bolt it on. But it works as it should. It's loose right now. So once I tighten up all the bolts, everything should not move at all. Alright. So we got it all folded up. Clears everything. Console's back in. Now time to put the driver's seat in and passenger seat as well, and then call it a night because it is 3:45 in the morning. In the light. Just gotta make the boot, put the correct radio bezel in, gotta get the center console redone. Seats aren't perfect, they have some wear and whatnot on them. Sucks, but I got a good deal on them, so I can't complain. But another job done. So I ended up bringing the truck to the car wash. It is now the next night after putting everything in. I even stuffed some rags and whatnot to kill some of the noise, and I don't even know what this is. I just stuffed it in and then I threw a screwdriver in it. That way it's a little longer. It's even easier to shift. But just got a bath. It rained today, so cleaning up a black truck. It's bodywork on the tailgate. That's why those black spots are there. I don't feel like painting it black again because I'm changing the color of the truck, and there's just no reason for me to paint this black to match everything when I'm just going to be painting the truck here very shortly. But that is why those spots are there. But yeah, truck's all clean. Thing is gorgeous. But that is going to end this week's or month's video. Stay tuned for the next video where I either put the dash in, or maybe I even start the front end swap. I don't know. Time will tell. See where I'm at. I only have 6 weeks to have it all done for a show in Orlando. But again, stay tuned and see you on the next one. Little extra clip. I ended up going to the U-Pull yard and I found a manual gasser with the shifter still in it. So I ended up snatching it. It was $8 and I cut it right where it starts to bend and then go straight up. I cut it right at the end of the bend and had about 12 inches of shaft. So I cut off my existing shifter and welded the shaft to it and put my shift knob back on. And while I was at it, throw my old boot on just to make it eye-pleasing a little better than the white rag that I have stuffed in there. But yeah, there she is. All right, peace.
Ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend.